In a world where passion and technology collides, a remarkable journey unfolds. It is 4 p.m. in the heart of Mang'u High School, and the computer lab is alive with the vibrant energy of young Kenyan minds. Across the ocean from their homes, 5 students from Horace Mann School in New York have embarked on a journey fueled by their love for robotics. Ellen, Menya, Ren, Imran, and Mitch are not just mentors. They are peers who have crossed the borders to share their love and their passion for robotics with their Kenyan counterparts. Their goal? To bridge the gap between their worlds and turn their shared fascination with robotics into a symphony of learning and inspiration.
My name is John Mark Mwenda, and I'm in Form 2 in Mang'u High School, and I do robotics, and I'm in the club head in a robotics club. And the club itself started last year, second term. Yeah, it was a plan between my computer teacher and some few friends of mine, and this year is when all that hard work came to pay, because people are coming from abroad to teach us, and people get to learn and get new experiences to enable them in their future careers. My interest began when I was in class 5, when I used to watch a lot of movies and seeing robots, so I used to really like them.
My name is Allen Kilonzo. I'm from Mang'u High School. I'm in Form 2. I fell in love with robotics in class 6. I was schooling at a site called T Squared Robotics, where I gained some basic knowledge. I also had to participate in a contest, a STEM contest, and our group emerged third best.
It started just slowly. It started slowly, evolving from a club that would toy around with a drone that the computer teacher had purchased for the club. Then there were a few students who had this interest in coding. So they would meet every Thursday between 1 and 2. But slowly they were seeing the need to have a club that was more in tune with the times. And I would remember the patron, Mr. Sarem, talking about robotics and of this partnership that he was starting to develop with some school in the US. And that is how basically the club now started. And we are happy about this new collaboration that has started.
We were just kind of giving them an introduction to how robotics works, and they got to actually brainstorm some ideas for their own robots based on the tasks that we wanted them to perform. And I was super duper impressed with their designs. Like a lot of the ideas that they came up with, we had never thought of before. So they were really teaching us a lot. And today we actually got the chance to attend some of their classes. So we attended a chemistry class and a physics class. And yeah, it was really cool to see just how engaged they are, how hardworking they are, and yeah, it inspired me as well. Yeah, and then today in the robotics program, we were just teaching them a little bit about electronics and just the beginnings of the build and some essential skills that are needed. Ever since I was little, I always wanted to work with other people and kind of teach them or spread my passion. So I play a lot of chess, and that was how I first got connected to Kenya. I've been teaching chess to some Kenyan students since 2016, so it's been a very long time. So I first came to Kenya in March of 2023, just for a week or so to teach Kenyan students. And then I wanted to kind of do a similar thing with robotics. So Menya and I, who is a teammate of mine, we kind of started sharing ideas, and we both had a connection to Kenya, so we thought it would be perfect. And that's kind of how it all started. We got in contact with Dr. Isaac Niangolo, who was super helpful, and we're really grateful for what he's done for us. And he connected us to Mang'u.
So as a group, I think we're here to just spread some knowledge on what we really love to do. As a group, we spend a lot of hours in our whole school year just doing this, and we never got the chance really to spread kind of that information to people. And I don't know, because Kenya is like my homeland, I decided why not come to Kenya. And yeah, that's when I paired up with Ellen and decided to come over here and spread the love. I think I see myself doing something more mechanical engineering oriented in college and seeing where that takes me ahead. I know mechanical engineering is something that I can do in order to pursue even more robotics as life goes on. But the team itself, I don't really see it as a hobby. It's more of a sport. Yeah, it's a commitment. It has practice days, and we also have like a game in the end, and it's basically like training. And as a team, we work together and collaborate to get a really good finished product. But our school in a whole, like we do a lot of stuff collaborating with other people. I think this may be one of the biggest projects that our school has done internationally in some time, so it's pretty cool. But I think this is like a stepping stone into what we're going to do in the future. Hopefully we can continue working with Mang'u. We're also working with maybe less privileged schools in Kenya because, I mean, the reason we work with Mang'u is because, well, they have the facilities and everything, and it would be really helpful for our application as we apply for Cap Leader. I'm sure Alan already explained. But although less privileged schools may not have like the facilities as these, we hope to somehow provide them this stuff, and so we can just share what we're doing.
When we're teaching here, we're teaching robotics. It's great because everyone's so enthusiastic, and everyone's enthusiastic about like different sections. Like some people are very enthusiastic about coding, some people are very enthusiastic about building or designing the robot. It's great. So today we split up into groups. So I was teaching kids who were a bit more interested on designing and building. I was doing that with Menya, and so we were teaching the kids sort of like making sure that they could use the tools safely before we started assembling like the bigger robot that Ellen was talking about that we're going to have driving later this week. And it was just great like seeing how everyone was so engaging, and like when we were teaching them, it was, I think the memory I would remember is just everyone like being like very like eager to learn.
Basically, we are introducing this robotics to the young minds as early as grade 10, grade 11. So imagine this person is able to design a robot as to do simple jobs. What will this person do after 10, 20 years when he gets to the job industry? They can do marvelous.
It will help, of course, to nurture talents that are there. I personally do know that many of our young people, whether they are in Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, or Form 4, have this great need for ICT. A lot of creativity has been seen and can be enhanced. The projects that I've seen the students thinking of and coming up with are very, very, I would say they're mind-blowing. Then I also tend to see that there is a lot of problem-solving skills that are going to be nurtured in these young people. We are in the last cycle of 844, and our high school soon are going to embrace CBC, competency-based curriculum. Coding has already been co-opted into the curriculum by KICD. So robotics is the next thing. And one thing about CBC is that they do not just focus on just the subjects that are there. We see that they are coming up with new curriculum. They are still studying robotics because if already there needs to be a bridge between coding, programming, and robotics. So both of them will have to go in tandem.
It's such an incredible opportunity for everyone involved, and it's such a warm community as well. There's so much that you can explore and so much you can do with the skills that you obtain with this skill.
I do mostly electronics with Ellen, and I also sometimes help with the coding element. So I'm going to be teaching electronics and coding throughout this week. There's so many different applications for robotics. It's just incredible technology that can allow for so much more to happen. It can help with medical applications. It can help with transportation. It can help with agriculture. The possibilities are really endless with robotics.
Kenya should be a place where there'll be technological advancements, and let's say some police officers, example, can use robots to like work as traffic officers, and even in the medicine industry, we can add more robots which are actually accurate and help in surgeries.
Faster, 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 faster. All the way through, all the way through.
Have you heard of thing where we're gonna do actually I'll start from scratch. For my team, we have actually a lot of women that have joined because we've made such a warm community. And a lot of the people that are in leadership and who are really moving the program forward, we do have a lot of women doing that. So I've never really felt excluded because of that community. And I think what's really important is just introducing girls and women to STEM and making sure they feel like they belong in there.
We have something called Clubs Fair in the beginning of each school year. And because robotics is technically a club, we try our best to entice younger kids, so like freshmen or people who are starting high school, into our club. And as of like people that are in primary school, we have a completely different club that is somewhat related to what we do here, which is called FLL. And it works with more Lego-based stuff, while we work with more like organic materials. And we occasionally go over there to see how they're doing, and some of us on the team even attend their competitions, so they get a sense of what they're expecting.
I would think that there will be a way in which you can also source for locally available materials. We've seen, even outside the confines of Mang'u, other people coming up with their own robots using locally sourced materials. So it is not going to be alien. Again, remember, we talked about the creativity of these young minds. We are very hopeful that we are going to sustain by using the materials that are there.
I just want to say thank you to everyone who has helped us. First to all the Kenyans who have been so nice to us and just great hospitality. And then also specifically to Mang'u and Mr. Serem, who has been our main point of contact. This obviously would not be possible without them. And then also to some of the people who have been supporting us from back home. The Alexander Capilouto Foundation has provided us with the funding to make this project possible. And then also our school, Horace Mann, who has kind of sent us a lot of materials and just given us their support. So we're really grateful for everyone who has been a part of this.
The Horace Mann students confirm that they have discovered the joys of teaching robotics. Safety, tools, and the magic of creation unite the students from the different worlds. It is not just a program, it is the dawn of a new collaboration. This pioneering effort paves way for a future where innovation knows no bounds.